it's a happy occasion, but is it that happy?
Is it a Turkish wedding?
Yeah, it's a Turkish wedding. Like, they drive and they... Anyway, do you want to start the podcast while I figure out what the hell's going on with my hair and where I want the camera, because I can't figure out the right place to put it. Do we want it up here? Do we want it down here?
Depends on how you want your luscious looks to feel on this Failcast F1 podcast, everyone.
Well, all you can tell is that I haven't had my hair cut yet.
Same.
So, and I'm still not going to. I'm growing my hair out now in protest at my hairdresser becoming a prison guard. It's just too ridiculous. I'm going to leave it down here.
Hey, Manna.
Sounded less enthusiastic than after a football match. Must not have won the jackpot with that marriage. No, actually, my windows are quite good, so that's what's muting it, Beetlejuice.
Wait till it starts smashing plates even.
I just want to check as well, is the sound alright for you, mate, before we dive into it? And that
yeah,
goes for you as well, Simon.
You sound fab from this side.
That's good. That means the time I spent earlier today wasn't a complete fucking waste. Amazing. So...
Yeah, you're crystal clear.
So, oh yeah, and Beetlejuice says it sounds good. Okay, so I can relax, and we can do a little bit of pre-show. So it's been a little bit of a while.
It has.
And the eagle-eyed among you, on my stream at least, will note the change of scenery, and that's because finally, after like a year and a half of promising that I would, I've made a proper streaming setup. I have to dismantle it in like 7 days because I've got a new desk coming that isn't as ridiculously high as this one. And at the moment, everything's crammed in. But one benefit is that my PlayStation is no longer sort of wedged between a variety of other electronic devices. So, touch wood, so far it doesn't sound like I'm in the room with a helicopter or a hovercraft that's trying to like levitate out of the room. So, you know, that's good news. I just have to share a link for this stream because I forgot.
Disgraceful. I'm pleased to say that my PS4 will still be whirring quite happily in the background as I am low-key vibing my setup at the moment, although it is on my to-do list.
Like, you know, it costs a lot of money, doesn't it?
Hey, Roy.
Like, because I've had to buy a new monitor, and I still need another new monitor, but now I can actually sort of see chat, but it's going to get even better.
That's going to be one of my next things to do, is to set up like I've got one of those cheeky Amazon pad things, what are they called? Fire tablets, that's it. Because it was only 25 quid, and I thought, oh, do you know what, I can afford that, so that I can then pop it up, but I just need to actually do it, so I can have something bigger to watch.
Wodge is here as well. Welcome, mate.
Hey,
it's good to see you. Thank you for joining us for our first stream back. We were just talking about the fact that we're both working on new setups, it seems, and spending quite a lot of money doing so.
For the love of the podcasting and streaming.
For the love of the podcast, exactly. So, in true Failcast style, because we've been underachieving this season, and we have, haven't we? Isn't it right that we only scored in one race?
No, you must have scored in more than one because you've got 26 points, unless you won and got fastest lap.
I won and got fastest lap.
Oh.
So we've really done badly, right? And I'm curious to see if either of us gets fired, because I've not seen anybody get fired in this game, and apparently it's possible. And I'm wondering, like, what do you have to do? Do you have to, like, dunk your scrotum into the team principal's coffee? I don't get it. Like,
Hulk smash a door.
Yeah, you have to fuck smash a door. But still, to try and achieve peak performance, we are again trying to find the correct chemical balance by mixing a stimulant in a Red Bull with a relaxant in a Belgian beer to once again handle the manic highs and lows of a high-quality athlete. And eventually I will find the perfect chemical balance. We already know that being a bit drunk, a little drunk, is enough to like get pole position, but you know, after a day of work, you need the energy as well. So if we can find the right levels, I think performance will turn round.
That's true. I'm quite knackered.
The other thing I'm interested to see is if Alpine can afford to keep us both. At the moment, it looks like yes, because we're doing shit. But theoretically, we should be too expensive eventually for them to keep both of us. And I'm wondering who they favour.
I think it might be the one with the 26 points versus the one with the 0. Unless
Possibly,
you are
but your
too
acclaim level's
expensive.
the same as mine.
Oh, okay. They can
So
get...
you actually should be cheaper for the same acclaim or the same price
Odd.
for the same acclaim, but without. I don't know. But the good news is about being away. Not that there is a lot of good news about being away. Is that lots has happened, lots and lots of news that we will dive into very shortly. I've already got the game up and running. Just let me catch up with chat before we.
Oh, let me just
go
unready
on.
myself then. And also, of course, today there was a new update to the game which added Portimao. And, of course, the thing that everyone wanted, the Aston Martin safety car. I mean, priorities in prioritisation of game features there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Yeah. I wonder if there was some money involved in that, possibly. Do you think?
Methinks.
To answer your question, Wodge, I have indeed tried Power Horse Energy Drink. It's magnificent, and actually there's a supermarket there behind the blind. You can't see it. It's sort of there that sells Power Horse in big cans. I'm living the high life here. I'm living the continental lifestyle.
Talking of cans, there's Mark Priestley, the old the F1 engineer. Team thingy-bob that used to work with Lewis Hamilton. He does a Monday night live stream on F1, and what he's done to replicate Sunday's smash up is place a Red Bull can on top of a Monster Energy drink and just like thrown it in a kitty litter skip. I was like, yes.
Well, why not? I mean,
there's the chemical imbalance.
Any commentary you make on that incident is going to talk about that, but then I realised it's the least surprising bit of news in the world. So what I'm going to do instead is give you the headline, Russell replaces Bottas, but instead inject a news story that you might not have known about. So the one I've opted to go for is, do you remember Daphne and Celeste?
Oh, Christ. Now there's a rave from the grave.
Yeah. They have a new album out. It's called Daphne and Celeste Save the Universe.
What?
See, that's way more surprising than the news I was going to share that George Russell has replaced Valtteri Bottas. So now everyone's happy. You've got the actual news, but you've left without feeling sort of bored and despondent. Because that was always going to be the case. Like, no one legitimately thought anything else was going to happen. It was really funny as well that Alpha announced Bottas first, and then everyone was like, ooh, are they going to announce George? It's like, of course they're going to announce George. Don't be ridiculous.
Apologies, I dropped out there for a brief moment, but I'm still live and I'm still in the game, so that's all good.
Interesting take, though. I see that Beetlejuice has already waded in, and Verstappen actually